Hey Josh and team, I am Gretchen Carlson. And Josh, I know you own a marketing agency called Zinora Media and you have huge, big plans. I just want to congratulate you for forming your own organization and taking risks. What I always tell my younger self and to young people is that I wish I would have taken a few more earlier risks in my life. Women especially are socialized to not do that as much. Men usually go ask for a promotion when they're 10% sure that they can do the next job, and women wait till they're 90% sure. So especially for women, it's so important to take risks and to think outside the box and to raise your hand and sit in front of the room and have your voice heard. My mission over the last 4 years after suing Fox News and Roger Ailes for sexual harassment has been to empower all women and men across our country to have their voices heard. It's why I'm trying to pass legislation. It's why I created my new nonprofit, liftourvoices.org, to stop silencing women and men in the workplace. I hope in your organization that you don't have arbitration clauses that silence women and men, and I hope you don't force people to sign non-disclosure agreements for toxicity that may be going on within the confines of the workplace structure. That's what I'm working to change, and I wish you all the best for a successful 2020 and beyond, and that I have your back no matter what as far as accomplishing your goals, taking risks, and doing the best that you can. All the best.
Mr. Ailes, I think I'd be freaking phenomenal on your network.
But I need to know that you're loyal. I need you to find a way to prove it.
I'm the bad guy. Someone has to speak up. Someone has to get mad. What? You're a man-hater. Learn to get along with the boys. You're sexy, but you're too much work. I have a whole list.
Will other women come forward? Ready to go to war?
Oh, yeah.
We did not know it at the time, but she helped birth a movement. And in that, Gretchen Carlson embodies the spirit of the First Amendment. It was not easy to speak out about the harassment she faced, but she did at great professional and personal risk. And without question, others did the same because she led the way.
It was a spellbinding summer surprise.
Major change at Fox News. CEO Roger Ailes has handed in his resignation.
A lawsuit that helped bring down a titan of television. Roger Ailes, the founder and force behind Fox News, accused of sexually harassing one of his network's on-air stars.
On what Richter scale was the earthquake that Gretchen Carlson started by filing this lawsuit against Roger Ailes?
It was off the charts. I mean, nothing like that had ever really happened.
He was not sympathetic here.
No, instead of having Roger Ailes say, oh, we'll be sure to do something about that, he lashes out at her.
But Gretchen Carlson wasn't about to fade away without a fight.
A lot of the people I interviewed about Gretchen thought, well, Gretchen is somebody who always does her homework. She's super prepared. So she would not have launched this without having the goods.
She starts to tape her meetings with Roger. And it's at this point where he sort of begins to say things to her that she includes in the lawsuit later.
The man who ruled Fox News like an empire, who even had a camera trained outside his office to see who was approaching, was walking into a trap.
It is ironic that here's this person who's so famously paranoid about people trying to get him, who then is
brought down by
having someone just record him very simply with her iPhone. I think from that moment forward, the die was cast. I mean, they kind of knew that if you went digging, you were going to find something.
Gretchen Carlson is the bravest woman I know, and I know a lot of brave women.
You sued one of the most powerful men in television. What made you come forward?
Well, courage is a building process. It's not a light switch that you just turn on overnight. And I think that's really important, especially with this issue, because women are labeled troublemakers, the B word, and nothing good. They're not believed when they come forward. So it takes immense courage. It's an excruciating choice. And I decided that I had to speak up. If I didn't, who was going to do it? And I didn't want my children to face the same indignities that I had faced.
This is not just in Hollywood or in the TV business. This is everywhere. This is happening to women who don't have a voice or a platform.
Women are feeling more emboldened than ever before, and if I had anything to do with that, I am immensely proud. More and more women are saying, enough already, we're not going to put up with this anymore, and they're coming forward and they're putting their names and their faces to their stories, and I applaud them for that. No matter our age, race, hometown, or job, I'm talking about police officers, waitresses, clerks, lawyers, doctors, members of our military, Hollywood actresses, journalists.
After a bold Time magazine cover, Gretchen used the power of her pen to write poignant and reflective columns for Motto, and was recently honored as one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people. Frequently addressing crowds at the country's top conferences and speaking engagements with her signature wit and candor, Gretchen exemplifies how you can truly have it all. A successful career, a fulfilling family life, and an altruistic purpose. Gretchen's highly anticipated second book, Be Fierce, Stop Harassment, and Take Your Power Back, hit the New York Times bestseller list in the first week.
We are on a movement. We are on a movement to speak up and be heard, and there's no turning back for women in the workplace. Why should women have the American dream taken away from them? We work just as hard as anyone else, and it's time that it stops. We have to make a pledge to one another that we are going to stand up and speak up. And now I'm seeing that something good is coming of this.
My own daughter told me, when people ask me what happened to you, Mom, I feel so proud to say you are my mom. And later, when she found the courage to stand up to kids making her life miserable, she said, I knew I could do it, Mom, because I saw you do it. Giving that gift of courage is contagious.
The devil whispered in my ear, you are not strong enough to withstand the storm. Today I whispered in the devil's ear, I am the storm.